Hello everyone, welcome back to LaserPenguinGames. Today we're going to be going over another build in WoW Ascension Season 9, and this one's going to be Titanic Execute. And this is going to be a melee build, and we will be starting with Slice and Dice, Rend, Battle Stance, and I guess a pet of your choice. In my case, I chose a dragon. Let's see here, but yeah, any pet you want. It's just I mean it is extra damage too, but it's more just to have something cool. Since we don't really need any of the other starting skills, you could also take an melee interrupt if you wanted to, if you really don't like pets. But that's what you start with, and then so for a lot of people now, they've been making builds where you leave card slots empty and then fill them in later, because you can do that at level 60. But for this one, I'll just show you what I ended up slotting in for the skills that you kind of need to guarantee, which you can also slot them in later. You might roll into them anyway, and then you can slot in something else to add to your build. But we got Execute, Titanic Strike, Rampage, Seal Command, Rockbiter Weapon, and Titanic Mutilate. So also our three main skills are going to be Titanic Mutilate, which is a combo point generator, Titanic Strike, which is a finisher to use those points, as well as the Execute, which is going to get buffs, and also they all work together, you'll see, with the talents we have. And then I'll see Ren as part of that too, and Slice and Dice as well. Alright, so again, these are easy to just leave empty and then fill in what you miss at level 60. But these are the main pieces of the build. So we got Remorseless Execution. Dealing damage to Execute now grants you Remorseless, refreshes your Slice and Dice to its 5-point maximum duration. So we'll be able to start a Slice and Dice and then just keep it up infinitely as long as we're tapping Execute, which we'll be able to do pretty easily with our two methods, and then our rotation is spamming it twice, I think. So deadly combo we have here, your finishing moves have a 20% chance per combo point to add sudden death and deadly combo. Sudden death lets you use Execute regardless of the target's health, and then deadly combo increases its damage, and you can stack it up to 3 times, but we're never going to be stacking it because we're going to empty it right after we do a finisher anyway. But this will just let us basically we're going to be spamming 2 Titanic Mutilates to get up to our 5 combo points, and then trying to dump all our points in the Titanic Strike, which should activate some of these, which should give us an activation to use and Execute no matter what. And then you'll see we have a second way here, Sudden Death, which will also let us use free Execute sometimes as well, every 6 seconds. So we're going to be able to double Execute, which is nice. Overwhelming Rage is nice to bring it up to 500, because our Titanic Strike will actually empty the entire Rage pool to do extra damage. So we need the extra Rage. Southpaw Strike just gives us a free attack with our offhand weapon as well whenever we execute, so it makes our Execute hit with 2 weapons, which is really nice. There's some other stuff that on this ability that we don't really use so much, but it also buffs your offhand damage for another 9 seconds. Yeah, there's like a single-minded fury thing, but that's for when you're doing one-handers. We're two-handed build. And then we have Overheated Strikes, which is just free damage. Again, that one you really don't need a card at all, but you can card it later or something else, but it's just nice extra free damage. Inducing Trauma is going to refresh our Rend on the target all the time too. So basically our Slice and Dice and Rend are just going to be constantly refreshed by stuff we're already doing. And I think our Battle Stance is going to allow our Rend to crit as well. But our Titanic Mutilate damage is also increased just for having a bleed on the target. Even though I think we have one from a talent as well, but the Rend just guarantees we always have a bleed going no matter what. Titan Fury. So this is using Titanic Strike now consumes all your rage, granting you Titan's Fury 4 seconds per 100 rage consumed. So also we're going to try to consume 400 to 500 rage every time, hopefully, if we can. And then it makes our abilities cost no rage, and melee attacks award extra combo points and damage dealt 50%. That's more the damage we're looking for, because we're already going to be getting maximum up to 5 points every time we double mutilate anyway, which I guess you would need. If this is activated, it would help, but the first time you use it, you'd have to mutilate 3 times if you don't have another talent, but I do have them. So that's all the, I guess, talents, besides a quick death, which is also a nice one. Whenever you execute, it's going to stack a melee haste 3% second up to 5 times, so that's a really nice one to go with this build as well. So I'll see. Like I said, you could definitely leave a few of these empty and then just see what you get. Like sudden death, you might just hit on the way while you're leveling too, or any of them, and then just fill in the other cards so you can get a quick death as well. Okay, now let's see what we actually ended up with here for 2 abilities first. So you can kind of see them on the bar anyway. My AoE is not very strong with this build. It's more of a single target build for sure. But I have Ground Slam and I have Lightning Bleed with Thunderclaps. It's kind of like the only AoE. I'm sure there's some better skills you can pick up, like Whirlwind and a bunch of other melee abilities that will do better AoE. But this is just what I got. It's like not the focus of the build, but it's just nice to have some extra if you can get it. Ended up with, so Dragon Charge is really my only movement ability I ended up with. I do have Aspect of the Pack as well. Kick is my Interrupt in melee. It's a good one. Got a decent cooldown. But there's several. Any Interrupt you can get in melee, you'll be fine. It's my Dragon. There's our Titanics and Gurbashi Rage, just a damage buff. Slice and Dice, Battle Stance, Rock Biter, Piercing Cleaver. They got totems. A few totems are nice to go with this spell as well, like Totem Earth, Wind Fury Totem. I got Blessing of Kings, but I didn't get any of the. I didn't get Battle Shell or Might, so those are nice to pick up as well. I don't even know why. I have Sinister Strike still locked down, and I was still rolling some stuff. There's a Thunderclapsing Strikes, Concussion Blows, just kind of a stun I was using for PvPs. True Shadow Auras, Attack Power, Adrenaline Rush. We don't even, I don't need it at all, but I just have it because there's some other cool talents you can get to go with it, I guess, to give more damage as well. Rampage, obviously 5% crit. Titan's Grip, obviously we need it, so you need to get that as one of your skills. So that's like another reason that filling this is bad too. So definitely leave a few open because you need Titan's Grip for this build to work as well. You can't fill it. So I filled. I think I'm pretty sure I filled them. I leveled up and I got Titan's Grip on the way anyway, and just filled them after because it's definitely needed. And now I got Self Cleanse, and then a couple things I still need to roll for other skills and abilities, let's say. And for talents, we got our Southpaw Strike, Titan's Fury, Overheated Strike. There's Remorseless, Quick Death, Deadly Combo. Undown Deathbringer is just free damage. It doesn't do as much when you don't have spell power, but it's still free. There's our Trauma. There's Glacial Companion, just making our pet do ice attacks and look cool. There's our Maximum Rage. I also using, I guess, Sports Specialization. I also will look at the myths that say enchants, but also it'll be different if you don't get it. I just rolled into it, and I'm using 2 swords, two-hander swords right now. Anger Management just builds up our rage and stops it from dropping. And then I have a lot of crit. So we got a lot of different crit and some haste. Both dual wield specializations are good to get with this as well. Some more crit. This is Opportunity, which is nice to get. Just increases your mutilate damage. Hopefully I can level that up when I keep rolling to a 2. This just gives even more crit chance for our mutilate, which I probably don't even need. I'll probably end up getting rid of it because I already have, I think, something like, you'll see, like 80% base crit with my totems out too. So I don't even think I need that, but for now I had just kept it. Seal of Fate is a really good one as well to pick up on the way. This gives it any rogue abilities to add combo points, had a 100% chance to add an additional one. So it just means whenever we use our Titanic Mutilate, it actually gives 3 combo points instead of 2. So we only have to hit it twice to get our 5 combo points every time already, even without the extra ability, which is nice. And we got a few things for adding with our totems, and then just more melee strike, melee critical strike, melee haste. Impale also is nice for 20% more damage on our execute, because other mutilate is, it's just considered mutilate modifiers. So that's a rogue move. And then physical damage, damage overall, killer instinct, crit, lots of crit, damage dealt, physical damage. Any of that is good to pick up. Seals of Pure, just more command damage. Improved execute. A lot of these I definitely need to get. They're missing one. I need to get them up to their 3 out of 3 or 5 out of 5s or 1 out of 2s. 2-handed weapon mastery is also pretty nice. Enhanced weapon mastery, just more damage. Blood frenzy. Maledictions, 3% damage. Just more crit and hit. More damage for me and the whole raid. From Ferocious Inspiration, it does work on dragons. You have to see. I'm pretty sure it works on almost all pets now, but you kind of just got to test it and see if it's on their bar when you hover over them. And then you'll see if you have it too. You'll know that it's working. Honor Among Thieves I just took it for more crit, but if you get the 3 out of 3, you actually get extra combo points on that too. So you could get to a point where you're actually mutilating for 5 combo points, because you get the bonus off the rogue one, off honor, and then off the actual combo piece of the remorseless or whatever when you're triggering it. So it gets pretty crazy. This is just extra attack power, and then we got some more stuff for execute and combo point. This is just whenever we do the finisher, restore energy, get more armor penetration, just straight up damage. Draconic knowledge, just because I have a dragon pet. This is just going to give me, since I believe I have a bronze one, and it's going to increase my haste by an amount equal to the dragon's intellect. So maybe like not the greatest buff either right now, because I didn't choose like a dragon that has a high intellect. But I can definitely change up the type of dragon too if I just want straight up damage or one of the crit or anything else. Improved Rampage is more crit. Only 2 out of 5 on the second dual wield mastery, so hopefully I can get that up as well. And then I have like a Shredding Blows, which is going to give him even more armor pen if that gets upgraded. For Mystic Enchants, end up going with Improved Execute 3 times. Fighter's Mutilate, which is going to give us Rage and Energy and Attack Power, which is everything we want. Vigor for 20% more max energy. Opportunity is more Mutilate damage. 3 times Sword Spec to get our triggers. Dual Wield Specialization just gives you 2% crit, which is really nice. And then I have 3 different weapons on auto attacks, just giving free damage as well, because I have enough hit. But you can definitely add in hit here if you're missing some instead. These only end up doing like 0.5 to 0.7% damage extra. So these are kind of the more of the rotation ones. And then also if you're not using swords and you didn't get sword spec, then these will be different with maybe the other weapon type of specialization or something else you ended up with as another talent. Alright, so let's do our totems, and we can do a rotation here and see if we can get up. I guess my gear, it's basic like tier 1 and tier 0 stuff, and then I have I think I only have these 2 that are mythic 3 and mythic 6. Everything else is random stuff from boxes and 5 pieces of a leather set, because I am using agility for the main stat, if you're wondering. And then these are my swords that I got, one in the box, another one from just dungeons and upgraded a bit. I don't know, I got some random mail on too. I don't need it. Like, you can definitely go full leather for this. Leather and mail is fine, but I think leather is probably the better choice for this. Because we don't need to use mana for anything besides like kings or just casting some buffs. Alright, let's go for the rotation. It's going to be pretty simple here. So I'm going to put my tomes down. Then I'm going to open with 2 mutilates. And then slice and dice up. And then get the Ren going. And then start our actual rotation, which is like mutilate, Titanic strike. And then we can do execute. And then also if you have any buffs, you can... I don't know, I didn't have to hit slice and dice there again if I did. So you can basically just slap any buffs in between. And we're just gonna basically 2, 1, and then 2 executes as well. And then it's a pretty simple rotation. See if we can get it up higher here, our DPS. There we go. Tap, tap. And it's pretty good. It's like really simple. Also for AoE, it's pretty simple to have too. We're just spamming these 3 down here. And then I'm going to hopefully get some other AoEs as well. Sometimes it doesn't hit properly on the Titanic, and then there we go, just empty the bar. Well, there we go, that's pretty good. We got up to like 9.3 to 9.4k there, single target. And I guess execute is our top damage, the melee, and then a bunch of our mutilates. But let me know if you guys have any questions. You can leave them in the comments. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Hello everyone who made it to the end of the video. This is LaserPenguinGames, reminding you to smash that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps out. And if you're looking for even more content, check out my Patreon here, where I post exclusive video content every month, and you'll have access to all of that.